Well, the identification for the remaining victims of the prison fire in Tangerang, Banten continues.
The casualties amounted to 44 people, as mentioned earlier.
And to get more updates, we are now joined live with our very own Aris Satya, who is now at the National Police Hospital. Good afternoon, Aris. So how many unidentified bodies are there so far in regards to the fire that happened yesterday in Tangerang?
Okay guys, so since yesterday, DVI or Disaster Victim Identification Unit from Polri identifying 41 Tangerang prison blast victim, and until this afternoon, still only one victim remains that has been identified. More than 50 experts from various identification fields already deployed to help the identification process until this afternoon, and so far the antemortem and also postmortem data for many victims is still not yet completed, and this is causing the identification process is slowed down. But all gathered data, all available data that already in the DVI team hand already being processed, and right now is being matched with the remains of the victim. And there's also an update of passed away victim data. This morning, the victim with serious burn injury is passed away after treated in hospital, and in total, currently 44 victims of Tangerang prison blast is passed away, and 72 minor injured victim is being treated in Tangerang prison polyclinic, and 5 seriously injured victim is being treated in Tangerang district hospital. Kai.
Aris, how about their family members? Are they collecting the postmortem data to help the identification as well?
Yes, so since this morning, many relatives of the blast victim is arrived in antemortem post in Kramat Jati Police Hospital DVI unit, inviting all families or relatives of the victims to share all related data about their family members to help the identification process. Fingerprint record, DNA, dental record, or maybe last photo of the victim is a huge help for the identification process. And for all families or relatives from the victim that want to share the data, they may come to antemortem post at Dr. Sukamto, Kramat Jati Police Hospital. For the families of the victim that come here, the police hospital already prepared a trauma healing for the families to help with the trauma losing their relatives. Yasa.
All right, Aris, this is Bruce. Do you have any information about the cause of the incident yesterday?
About the cause of fire, for now, the police suspected electric short circuit inside the prison as the fireplace cause. But this is not final yet because there is a suspicion for another fire causes. For now, the police suspected that the fire started from a single hotspot because on the crime scene, police found exposed wire at the hotspot inside the prison, and several cables, electrical equipment, and also electrical installation lines already gathered as evidence, and all this evidence right now is being analyzed by the Polri Forensic Laboratory. And the police also questioned 22 witnesses right now. It's consisting of prison officers who were on duty when the fire occurred, prison officers who were around the crime scene, and also survivors who occupied the block C2 at the Tangerang prison. But for now, let's wait until the official verdict was released by the police, because this is still undergo investigation by the police. Bruce.
All right, thank you, Aris, for the latest updates and information. Have a great day, and please stay safe. So that was our very own Aris Satya from the National Police Hospital.
Yeah, let's also recap what the interview that we had in the first hour. We were talking about prison overcrowding, and again, according to the Penal Reform International, this is an NGO, prisons in over 118 countries exceeded their maximum occupancy rate. So prison overcrowding is not a new thing. A lot of countries are experiencing this. Even the United States of America, what they do is that they actually start building more and more prisons there.
Yeah.
Let's get into the specifics about overcrowding, as you mentioned. So in the last hour, we had an interview where it was mentioned there are 280,000 inmates.
Yeah.
where the capacity would always be, the normal capacity is 100,000, so that's almost triple, right?
Almost.
We also have a ratio of 15 or 16 guards to cover 600 inmates. That is a 1:40 ratio. So those are the conditions that probably made all the yesterday's fire even more possible.
Yeah, but we've heard a lot, and the one question that we asked is what the government is going to do about adding facilities that will accommodate, future inmates as well. And apparently they were supposed to build more facilities, up to 5 or 6, if I'm not mistaken. But because of the pandemic, the budget has to be reallocated, which is very much understandable. But we still feel for the victims and their families and hope that all the victims will be identified and no more casualties will be found from this particular incident.